T, Asar M. Karani, Yim Hotep, Uncle Jasaneb, Duau, Duau, Duau. Welcome to the first episode of Kemet Empire. I'm your host, Asar M. Ka, and welcome to you all, and thank you for tuning in. Today we'll be discussing the virtues of Ma'at, or the 42 negative confessions, or uh, Ma'at in general, just to give a brighter scope, a broader scope, pardon me, and a brighter outlook on the subject, and a bigger idea of where Ma'at comes from and what Ma'at is. Um, I like to start with the creation story. Creation story A, in fact, which, as I pull out a book here, can be found in the British Museum, where it bears the number 10,188. Read it right from the text. So, if you go to the British Museum and visit, uh, the creation story is there. It's labeled number 10,188. It's a document. There's also, different things they have over there, different papyruses. Check it out. But let's hop into the creation story because it tells us something about Ma'at, which a lot of people don't really notice, or some people do, but it should move you when you hear these types of things. Um, let's begin where Neber Etcher begins speaking. Neber Etcher, the everlasting Lord. I am he who came into being in the form of the god Keppel-Ra, and I am the creator of that which came into being. That is to say, I am the creator of everything which came into being. Now the things which I created and which came forth out of my mouth after that I had come into being myself were exceedingly many. The sky, or heaven, had not come into being. The earth did not exist, and the children of the earth and the creeping things had not been made at that time. I myself raised them up from out of new, from a state of helpless inertness. I found no place whereon I could stand. I worked a charm upon my own heart, or will. I laid the foundation of things by Ma'at, and I made everything which had form. I was then one by myself, for I had not emitted from myself the god Shu, and I had not spit out from myself the goddess Tefnut, and there existed no other who could work with me. I laid the foundation of things in my own heart, and there came into being multitudes of created things, which came into being from the created things, which were born from the created things, which arose from what they brought forth. Let's stop there because we're covering Ma'at, not the full creation story. But if we take a look at what was stated by Neber Etcher, coming in the form of Keppel-Ra to bring things into existence, he states a very important fact. Um, this fact is right here. I worked a charm upon my own heart, or will. I laid the foundation of things by Ma'at, and I made everything which had form. So everything in existence at the foundation of its creation is Ma'at. What is Ma'at? Truth, justice, order. The foundation of everything in existence was created by Ma'at. It was created by Neber Etcher, but at its foundation, if it has form, anything with form, anything in creation, its foundation is Ma'at. So its foundation is in truth. Everything. He also goes on to say, as we look into the creation story a little further again, when he speaks of himself, he says, I laid the foundations of things in my own heart, and there came into being multitudes of created things. He goes forth to state different things as they were created by different created things that he had created in the first place, which created more created things, and so forth and so on. But his own heart, at the foundation of it, is Ma'at. Its truth, its law, its order, its respect. Reciprocity is the word everyone's throwing around. These things are the foundation of creation, Ma'at. What is Ma'at? You can look in the old pyramid texts of Unis or Unas, and you can find Ma'at there. You can find different things about Ma'at, usually represented by a feather. And you find this feather usually a lot of times in the creation, or not in the creation stories, but in the weighing of the heart for those who aspire to get to the Shatat Amtuat, or the Tuat, or the Duat, the other world, or the afterlife, the heavens, where the the Chat or the Chatuat, if you will, uh, wait for you. The 42 great gods of the hall of Ma'at rest for you. They're there for you, waiting for you, and you are judged in the hall of Ma'ati by these 42 great gods. Let's look at these 42 great gods in depth, briefly here. We can refer to a story from King Kati when he tells his son Merika Ra about the 42 great gods of the hall of Ma'ati. And what he says is this, and it's a reminder to all of us who aspire to go to the heavens, who aspire to return back to the dark matter which created you. And he tells his son, remember the Chachuat, or the Chatchal, in the other world, the 42 great gods of the hall of Mati, who judge wrongdoers, know, let me expand this so I can read it for you. Know thou that they will not be lenient in judgment of the heart and sins. On that day of the judgment of wretched man, in the hour of doing of their appointed duty, it is a terrible thing for a man who knows the sin he or she has committed to be charged with it. Fill not thy heart with pride because of because of length of years, living a long life. They, the Chachuab, or the Chatchout, or the Chachuab, regard a whole lifetime as a single hour. They prove to man or woman after arrival in port is death, his or her qualities are placed near him as a means of subsistence. There, in the other world looked over and created by Asar, existence is everlasting. A fool is he who has put the judgment of the heart and the afterlife in the other world, and remembrance of it away from him. The man or woman who attains to that place without wrongdoing has an existence there like that of God, going about unhampered like the everlasting lords. So as we see, um, if you can make it to the hall of Ma'ati, if you can get to the Amtuat, you'll be that as the everlasting lords, unhampered in your going about, in your living eternally. You want to be like what Heru described in the pyramid text. He would say the Netem Waseti, the sweet smelling ones,